After being in production for over 6 years, I was fascinated to find out whether this film would be another historic milestone as many of Pixar's previous works, especially using the idea of what if the dinosaurs weren't extinct. And so, on Boxing Day 2016, I had the chance to see The Good Dinosaur in theaters, and it surprised me even more than I expected. The film tells the story of a young cowardly apatosaurus named Arlo, who got himself lost after a perilous rainstorm flood. He then encounters a cave boy named Spot, really due to the fact he thinks he's a dog, and the two of them have to work together in order to get back home. Now, I know some of you are thinking that this is just a typical boy and his dog story, with the only difference is that it has more of a prehistoric twist. But you have to remember that this is a Pixar film we're talking about. They have found ways to take something that can be very hard to believe, like an old man that can make his house fly with 1,000,000 balloons, or a rat in Paris with amazing cooking skills, and turn them into films that can be exciting, charming, and even tear-jerking. And the same thing goes for this film. In fact, I had tears in my eyes when I watched this film, even more tears than when I watched Toy Story 3 and Inside Out.
Sometimes you gotta get through your fear to see the beauty on the other side.
What also makes this film so fascinating is how the backgrounds are so beautifully modeled and textured to the point that it looks so real while the characters still have that bright colored and cute designs that makes a nice contrast to the realistic landscape. As for the characters, the relationship between Arlo and Spot follows deeply in the tradition of Pixar's previous pairs like Woody and Buzz or Marlin and Dory, where they don't get along at first, but after understanding their backstories, they have to get along in order to go back to their respective homes while encountering other fascinating critters. Funny thing about Butch and his youngsters is that I thought they were going to be the main villains, when in actuality they were just helping Arlo and Spot throughout their journey. Normally in other dinosaur-oriented films, the Tyrannosaurus Rex would be the main thread of our hero's plot. So by seeing this big daddy of carnivores being more of a good guy is pretty much a nice refreshing twist. Although to be fair, this isn't the first time that Pixar has made a T-Rex a likable protagonist. Overall, with an episodic journey, bright lovable characters, spectacular visuals, and especially heartwarming moments, The Good Dinosaur is undoubtedly another one of Pixar's landmark films. Also, don't forget to check out the short film Sanjay Subateen, where it shows an awesome unique spin on an ancient Indian religion legend. Now, I can understand that there has been plenty of criticisms about this film of having too simple of a plot, and we don't get to see more of the supporting characters. But I personally think it's a bit unfair, considering that this film marks the directorial debut of Pixar animator and storyboard artist Peter Sohn, because I believe he's following the footsteps of Pixar legends like Pete Docter and Andrew Stanton. So I would definitely congratulate him for this film. And speaking of Pixar, we better get ourselves ready as the studio is now dishing up plenty of sequels of their other blockbuster hits. But for now, I say this film is another solid gold nugget on the silver screen.